Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here. Welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy VII, and today is an exciting day because yesterday Square Enix had the Final Fantasy 25th anniversary stream and it was packed with new information and game reveals, making it a great time to be a Final Fantasy VII fan. So if you guys were excited, if you were hyped, if you were happy about the news, drop a like on this video, let me know in the comments down below what you are most excited about, and of course do be sure to keep it locked for plenty more. So, first things first, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. Let's just start with this and save some of the best to last, let's be honest. But we got big updates on the release and the details of this game during the stream. For those that don't know, Ever Crisis is a mobile remake of the Final Fantasy VII franchise. It covers not only the main game story, but spin-off game stories as well. It'll be a compilation of Advent Children, Before Crisis, Dirge of Cerberus, and the fan favourite, Crisis Core. While the game is not obviously as graphically intensive as the console remake, it still sports overhauled visuals and impressive CG cutscenes. The game will also be free to play, but it will have in-app purchases, but we don't currently know to what extent. Maybe you have to buy individual chapters for the story, we're going to have to wait and see. We don't currently have a release date for the game, but there will be a closed beta sometime this year. This is a great option for those that want to experience the original story again, or newcomers to the series that want something closer to the original experience. Then following on from there, we got Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion. This is a remaster of the original Crisis Core, which released in 2007, that was purely for PlayStation Portable, and this is basically the prequel to Final Fantasy VII. The story follows Zack Fair, who you may or may not be familiar with, depending on, of course, where you started your Final Fantasy VII journey. He's on a mission to find the missing soldier Genesis. As this was originally a PSP title, not all the dialogue had voice acting. Reunion, however, will have voice acting for all dialogue, and we also get a new arrangement for the soundtrack too. This is one for everyone, as you do not need to have played Final Fantasy VII or the remake to play this. It releases on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Steam, and Nintendo Switch this winter. However, the thing that everyone has all been waiting for, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, aka Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. This is the second installment in the Remake project, and it's been announced as Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which admittedly is a little unexpected. It's also now been confirmed that the remake itself is a 3-part trilogy. It was often wondered how many parts they were going to be, how long were we going to have to wait to basically complete this saga. They've now confirmed it will be a trilogy, the first part being Remake, the second part being Rebirth, and the third one TBC. When speaking about the next installment, they said, as with the previous game, it is a full-length standalone experience that reimagines the iconic Final Fantasy VII for the modern era. The trailer looks awesome, and it seems to revolve much more around this being an original game than a remake of the 1997 Final Fantasy story. The developers of the game have said that this standalone experience will be good for those new to Final Fantasy and can be played without having played Final Fantasy VII. Tetsuya Nomura is of course the creative director, and the official description says that Cloud and his friends embark on a new journey in this game, and he believes that the scenes they witness after leaving Midgar will give players a fresh, new experience. To elaborate on this, they also said that we have officially announced that the second title, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, will be released next winter, approximately 3 years after the original Final Fantasy VII Remake released in April 2020. 3 years may feel like a long time for all the fans who are eagerly awaiting the next game, but we want to offer the best experience possible and reassure everyone that development is progressing at an astonishingly fast pace for such a large-scale HD title. Making the middle part of a trilogy has its own challenges, but there are plenty of classic second installments in the world of film that are defined by stunning story twists and deeper exploration of their characters. Often, these second installments become a favourite amongst fans. In the same vein, we are aiming to make the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth an even more gripping and memorable experience than the remake, so please wait a little longer while we finish up. It's set to be released again next winter and will be a PS5 exclusive at launch. Of course, whether that changes further down the line will of course remain to be seen, but initially launch it is a PS5 exclusive. So what do you guys think? What do you think the third game will be? Interestingly, they also mentioned that of course they are, there was a big conscious choice behind calling this one Rebirth, and they said they're very excited in the future to be able to talk about what the title for the third game will be. What do you think? Will it be something like Final Fantasy VII Revengeance? Alpha Remix? Honestly, you'll have to wait and see. But let us know in the comments down below what you think of this, what you think the third game might be called, get your predictions in now, and of course, if you've missed some of our recent videos, you can check out one of these ones and keep it locked for plenty more.